A little while back, Devon LARRATT was on Kevin Palko's YouTube channel and he revealed what is the best move in the entire sport of arm wrestling. Let's take a look at this clip of Devon demonstrating the move.
Everything is kicking back and up, spinning up. Right. And at times leaning back. Right, leaning back and then being able to come forward. Just those two. So that upward spiral.
So what is Devon doing here exactly? I think upon first glance, it might look like Devon is crazy and is not doing anything related to arm wrestling. But in terms of what you want to feel, in terms of a good cue to think about when performing a move, I think that this motion Devon is doing is pretty much perfect. What Devon is trying to teach here is that in the setup of a match, you should be doing supination, side pressure, and rising all at the same time. And potentially you can even do this after the go a little bit, and you can certainly do it during a regrip. And I think probably a great match to look at to showcase this technique being used live is Auden versus Whisperer. Notice how well before the go you can see that there's a lot of separation between Auden's thumb and Whisperer's hand. He's tilting his hand, he is supinating it on purpose, but he's not just supinating it, and he's certainly not doing this in a losing position, but he's supinating through side pressure. So he's bumping Whisperer off center, he's pushing toward Hristo the referee, and this is causing Auden's hand to just slightly slip up. He's slipping this direction up Whisperer's hands. And another thing that's going to happen is when Whisperer tries to close his hand, because Auden is supinating, he's kicking his thumb out away from that hand, Whisperer's coverage around Auden's hand is going to be extremely bad. So the whole point of all of this move, even though maybe it looks initially like Auden might be setting up for a press with his shoulder a little bit forward, the whole point of this move is to do the exact opposite of it once the go happens. So once the hands close and they actually start the match, Auden does the exact opposite. He pronates instead of supinating. But all of this was only made possible because of Auden's supination, because of his side pressure and rising during the setup. He was able to limit the coverage Whisperer got around his hand, making it far easier for him to roll out and take Whisperer's hand. So let's just look at this once more. Notice what Devon is doing. He's pushing sideways, he's supinating, and he's rising all at the same time. This is obviously exaggerated, but this is the exact thing that you want to do if you're setting up to try to get out on someone's hand, to try to top roll someone, or especially to try to prevent someone from hooking you. This is a perfect example of that, and we see that exactly being demonstrated here when Auden is setting up. It's much more subtle, it's a lot harder to pick up if you're the referee, but this is still exactly what's happening conceptually, just a subtle rise, side pressure, and supination. This is going to make Auden's top roll way better, and we've seen this in action multiple times now, firstly against Arm Wrestling Whisperer, and now against James English, and it's proving to be extremely effective. So as ridiculous as this might look, I do agree with Devon that as far as an opener in arm wrestling goes, this just might be the most powerful thing you can possibly do.